Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm sharing with you finally for the first time ever on my channel a what I eat in a day. So I'm sharing a full day of eating, and I just wanted to start this video by saying hello and giving you kind of a couple of quick cliff notes to keep in mind through this video. So I am following something called the Brewer diet. And it's not actually a diet, it's like a lifestyle of eating. It's more like a guideline. I am currently trying to conceive, so this is how I'm eating while I'm TTC. Basically what the Brewer's diet is, it's a traditional form of eating, but it's just a guideline for pregnant and trying to conceive women, breastfeeding women to follow to make sure they're getting all of the nutrition that they need to support their body and their baby. So traditional, kind of more Weston price, eating whole foods kind of diet. Now you'll see I do stray away from that because again, it's not a diet. It's not something that is rigid. It is just a guideline to help me make sure that I'm getting all of my nutrients for my body and my future baby in the most holistic way possible. It's more of like a holistic kind of way of eating. I'll leave a link to an explanation of the Brewer's diet in the description box below if you'd like to see. I'll chat about this more at the end of the video, but I just wanted to kind of give you a cliff notes because I've been asked a few times about what the Brewer's diet is, why am I doing it, so I'll talk to you guys a little more about that later on at the very end of this video after you've seen everything that I eat in a day, so that if you would like to stay for the chatty bit, you can. If you're not really interested in me explaining all these things, then you can head on out after the main video is done. So I'm gonna set it up like that, so if you have any questions and you wanna know a little bit more about a few different things in this video, then stick around to the end. I'll sit down with you guys, or stand here and explain everything then. And the last thing I wanna tell you guys, and the biggest reason that I've never filmed one of these videos before is I feel like it is a tricky subject to talk about, and sharing what you eat. I don't want anybody to compare themselves to me. I don't want anybody to think they need to eat like I do. And I find that people who are sensitive to foods, have maybe some body dysmorphia or a history of eating disorders, these kinds of videos can be really tricky, really addictive. So I feel like I need to put this in here, and that it's my personal responsibility to just say that do not compare yourself to any of these people. I should say that I'm trying to conceive. I am not on I don't cut anything out. I'm no longer vegetarian and haven't been for a year and a half now. I'm not trying to like actively lose weight, although I am, because I do Pilates 4 days a week and I eat in a really holistic, natural, for the most part, way that's really nutrient dense, so that just naturally happens because I'm kind of on that journey anyway. But this is not like a diet video. I'm not eating less calories. I'm not in a calorie deficit. I'm not doing anything to try and change my body. I'm just trying to support my body and have healthy, happy hormones to be able to have a healthy, happy pregnancy. And in watching this video, just please be kind to your body. Everybody fuels their body in different ways and what works best for them. Remember that you're just seeing one day of eating, a very busy Monday. I feel like if I filmed a week of my eating, it would still only give you a picture of my whole diet as a whole. This day was particularly busy for me, so normally my meals might look different. If you are interested in more food bits, I've been trying to share more on Instagram. I have a highlight that's called Eat or something, and there I share little glimpses of like plates I make for myself and things like that. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. But just a big reminder, be kind to your body, nourish your body, and feed your body to fuel it, to make it strong, to make it healthy. And just be very gentle with your beautiful one body. You only get one, so please, when watching these types of videos, just be cautious of that. If you have any little triggers that you notice right away are starting to kind of siren and make you feel bad about yourself, or make you feel like you're less than, or make you feel like you're spiraling, click out of that video. Even if it's my video, get the heck out of there and go watch something completely different. So that's just my little PSA to you, because here over on Rainbow and the Millers, I try and encourage just a healthy, mindful lifestyle. and I just want you guys to enjoy your time here and not feel bad about anything that you watch on my channel. All right, that's enough talking for now. I will chat with you more at the end of this video. Let's get into what I ate today. So first things first, I almost always start my day with a coffee. I like a hot drink in the morning. Sometimes I might mix it up, but I actually like to do teas and things like that in the afternoon or the evening. So I still do drink some other hot drinks throughout the day, but I personally enjoy starting my day with coffee. Now, I don't know what the name is for the coffee I drink. I think it would probably be like cafe au lait. So basically coffee with steamed milk. So I make French pressed coffee. I grind my own beans every morning. Sometimes I'll throw cinnamon in the beans or pumpkin spice if I want to make it more cozy and autumnal. And then I use a whole Jersey milk and I froth that with my little electric blender, and I sweeten it a little bit. I sweeten my milk so I don't put sugar in my coffee, but I put a little bit of organic cane sugar in my milk, and I enjoy a full fat, delicious cup of coffee every single morning. And while I'm drinking my coffee, usually it depends on that day. If I have a really busy day ahead, I might take these moments to maybe watch a YouTube video or answer some comments or kind of just like wake up and set the tone for my day. For me, setting the tone for my day is really important. So I really enjoy making myself feel cozy and happy and just really making sure I am not overstimulated first thing in the morning. So this is part of how I deal with that on a busy day, is I just enjoy this coffee time, this quiet, when nobody's really awake yet, and I just get to sit here and enjoy some peace. Next, this morning, I decided to make some oatmeal, or actually I didn't decide this was the voted upon breakfast. So everything you see me eat is typically at least a variation of what the whole family eats. So sitting down as a family for family meals is incredibly important to us. So we do that as often as we can. Obviously my husband doesn't get that opportunity because he works out of the home. So he really only sits down for most dinners with us, but I try and sit down with the kids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But sometimes at lunch, depending on the day, that's a little different. But this morning, the kids woke up and they asked for apple cinnamon oatmeal. It's a favorite around here in the cooler months, and it's really simple to make. I just chop an apple, I fry it in some butter. I just like slowly heat it on the pan to make it soft, but you don't want to get it too hot, otherwise it'll get a little crispy, unless you like that. And then I add a ton of cinnamon in there, and towards the end I'll add brown sugar, which you'll see me do in a couple minutes here. And then I just make the oatmeal separately. But I usually replace 1 cup of water with a cup of almond milk or whole milk. It just depends. I tend to use almond milk for more bulk cooking, like if we're gonna eat bowls of cereal, or I'm gonna do something like oatmeal and I'm gonna use a bunch of milk or something, I'll use almond milk for those, because the whole Jersey milk is grass-fed and it's more expensive, and we don't use a ton of it. So I save that for like protein shakes, making creamed bases, things like that, coffee. So this is a really cozy breakfast that doesn't take long to make at all. Sometimes the kids join me, they might slice the apples or do things like that. Today they just went off on their own. I waited for breakfast to be done, so I cooked it up. Now for me, I eat a little bit less than them in the morning. I'm not a super big breakfast person, but this is something I'm training my body to become a breakfast person again. Breakfast is such an important time of day, but for me personally, when I drink coffee, it suppresses my appetite. So I have to be really, really careful. Like if I drink more than 1 cup of coffee, I won't be hungry. And before this, not too long ago, if I even drank 1 cup of coffee before I had breakfast, I wouldn't feel those hunger signals. So it's something I've had to train my body to do, to be able to be hungry after my coffee. But still in the morning, I'm not a huge eater first thing. But that's something I've been working on with my hormones, because, you know, feeling queasy or not wanting to eat in the morning is usually you know, that has oftentimes has a lot to do with hormones. So since I've been balancing my hormones for the past year in preparing my body to have another baby, it's something I've worked on really hard and something I'm much better at. So although the kids eat a lot more than me in the morning still, I still eat like probably a good cup and a fourth of oatmeal, but not quite as much as they can handle in the morning. But still a good filling breakfast, and I find if I can just eat something first thing in the morning and get something into my body, even if I'm not super feeling it, I'll notice like half an hour later I'll usually want a snack, and it really helps start my metabolism for the day and helps make sure that I'm not skipping meals, because I have a tendency to do that when I'm busy, or I used to, and obviously that's really not a good thing because I wasn't putting the nutrition and the calories that my body needed to stay fit and just perform as well as I want to. So normally I would have a snack in between breakfast and lunch, but today, like I had said earlier, this is a really busy day for me. I've got a lot on my plate right now. We're prepping for homeschool starting. I am getting ready for my busy season in the apothecary. So I'm a herbalist, if this is your first time watching, and I make teas and natural skincare products and things like that. So usually the autumn season is the launch of my busy time. That's really when I put myself back into kind of working mom mode, and also it's a really busy time for YouTube. So there was lots of things to do today, and it's also laundry day. So there was just not enough time to stop for a snack. Actually, that's not true. I probably could have, but I didn't. And so we're going right to lunch, having lunch slightly early because of the skip snack. So for lunch today with sandwiches, I chose to make myself a tuna sandwich using this wild caught tuna. It's ocean safe. Each one is tested for mercury, which I really like, and it's really important, especially since I am trying to conceive. That's super important for me. Sometimes my kids will eat tuna with me, sometimes they won't. Today they didn't want tuna, so I made myself tuna. I put pickles in mine. Do you guys put pickles in yours? I know some people put celery. Everybody's a little bit different. Some people hate tuna. Now, I'm not a big fish person. I've never really been a huge fish person, but my body responds so well to it, and it's so healthy. So I'm really trying to incorporate some like once or twice a week, and tuna is a really easy way for me to do that. It's probably like my least hated way to eat fish. So tuna is something I try to incorporate. So once it was all made, I used about half of that for my sandwich, and then I just made the kids like ham sandwiches because that is what they requested today. So as you can see, we don't always eat the same thing, but that's always just preference based. It's not because I'm eating a special diet and they're not. It's just like I'll make sandwiches and you can choose the type of sandwich that I will make you, and that's how we do that. So later after lunch, normally I would eat veggies with this, but you'll hear me talk about that in a second with my sandwich, but I just didn't today. I was just busy. So later I knew I definitely needed a protein smoothie. Protein powder is something that has become very important in my general routine because I really struggle to meet my protein goals, especially on busy days. So this is something that helps me with that. So normally actually I do a totally different smoothie. Well, not totally different, but this is not my typical smoothie. I ran out of my Jersey milk, and so I had to use almond milk, and because of that lack of dairy, I added Greek yogurt to just punch it up and make it more filling, more protein heavy to stabilize my energy levels through the afternoon. So my normal protein smoothie, I tell you in a second here, but this is just a little bit different, of course, right? The one time I'm filming. But this protein smoothie is still delicious. I love this protein powder. And so this is a very frequent either afternoon snack for me or a bedtime snack sometimes. Although I don't always consume it in smoothie form. A lot of times I'll make protein milk. Hey guys, I'm just popping in to talk to you guys while I drink my smoothie real quick. Just so I don't have to voice over this part, because I decided while I've been sitting here that this does not need to be a solely voiced over video. I can pop in, voice over some, and that's how we'll film this today. So I hope you are enjoying this. This is my first ever what I eat in a day video that I've ever done. So if you're enjoying it, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you want to see this kind of thing in the future, if you want me to do more what I eat in the day as the season changes. I know that might be especially interesting for when I get pregnant or things like that. So but anyway, this is not my normal smoothie at all. I usually have my protein powder every single day, but I have quite a few ways I consume it, different ways depending on what I'm in the mood for. I went with a smoothie today because it's very hot and I need something cool to cool me down, but that's not normally how complicated my smoothie is, honestly. Normally I'll eat veggies with lunch or something, and I didn't today because I've been really busy and it's like a super hectic business day for me. Like there's a lot to do on the computer, there's a lot to do in the apothecary, there's a lot to organize and just make sure I'm on top of. So on days like that I have to be really careful, especially like you saw when I had my tea. That can be a dangerous zone for me, like working on the computer and drinking a tea. If I'm not very careful, I have a tendency to drink hot drinks like a tea or a couple of like biscuits with it or something, and use that kind of as a crutch to, instead of like just taking a few minutes to make myself a really nutritious snack that will actually be satiating. It's just like a habit from being a busy mom, is I'll just grab a tea and like a little biscuit or something, and that will tie me over, but it's not nutritious enough, and it's not what my body needs. So it's very, very hard for me. So I made sure I went down and made a smoothie because I felt that I needed a little bit of caffeine because I was frustrated with the computer program. But then I knew that I needed a snack and my body needed protein. So normally my smoothie would be really, really simple. It would just be a banana, some ice, some Jersey milk, and my protein powder, and a green cube or two. I did 2 green cubes because, again, normally I would have veggies with lunch, but I've just too busy today and I didn't want it then. So I loaded my smoothie with extra green cubes. I've run out of Jersey milk and I'm going to go get some this evening. I got milk from the store, like an organic milk, because I thought, oh, that can't be too different. So if you don't know, I get Jersey milk from like a local farm company out here, and it's just grass-fed, like really good quality milk. So I was like, okay, in a pinch I'll just buy this organic milk from the store, and it's so gross. I can't stomach it. I can't even put it in my coffee. Like I can't handle it at all. So I ended up putting almond milk in there, and then to make up for that I put Greek yogurt in because I knew I wasn't going to be getting my calcium needs met if I wouldn't have added a little bit more dairy into my diet. That's why my smoothie was a little weird and extra today. I just wanted to explain that that's not typically my normal smoothie, but when you're watching a what I eat in a day, it's just one day. It varies. Especially today is a busy, different day within my normal range even. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that in here, but I'll let you get on to watching the rest of what I eat in the day. And then if I haven't mentioned already in my voiceover that I haven't filmed yet, if you guys are interested in hearing a little bit more about food and what I eat and a little bit about why I eat some things, stick around to the end of this video, and I'm going to sit down and chat with you guys a little bit about my diet and what foods I eat and kind of why I'm eating this way. But I didn't want to put that in the middle of the video in case you're not interested in that. So if you are interested, stick around and you can watch that, and if not, then you can just watch this lovely music-y part, and then you can go move on with your day if you don't want to watch that. So okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna drink my smoothie and get back to work. For dinner tonight, since we were busy, it's month end and my husband works in car sales, so it's very, very busy around here towards the end of the month. My husband works way longer hours, and since we try to eat dinner as a family, it can be really tight to kind of get it in. So probably once a week we do a really quick, simple dinner, especially since this was such a busy day. It was just going to be very easy. So we did chicken burgers. Normally I would make a side salad with this, or we might have a side, but nobody was really feeling it. My kids snack so much more than I do. So where you see me snack, they've had snacks in between. I always keep the house stacked and stocked with homemade snacks, high protein snacks to keep their energy levels going, so they're not just eating junky, you know, carbs through the day that's going to make their sugars crash. So they've been snacking this whole time, and nobody was really wanting a side. So we skipped the side and we just did like fully loaded chicken burgers for dinner. This is mine. I like to put hot sauce on it and fresh garden tomatoes and lettuce. That's how I eat my chicken burgers. Fresh buns from the bakery. It's the best. And something that only takes 20 minutes, which is such a bonus. Now, I didn't film, I don't know if you can tell because I just filmed myself eating, but my whole family is around me at every single meal. And at dinner, my husband comes home and eats. We wait to have dinner. We usually eat dinner about 6 o'clock, just because that's the average time that my husband's usually home for dinner. But that can vary a little bit. So sometimes we'll eat at 5, sometimes we'll eat at 6, but we don't like to eat later than 6 because it's just too late in the night for us. We all go to bed pretty early because we're early risers. So we actually had a spontaneous chore to do this evening, not chore, but task, I guess. We needed to go look at a vehicle that just dropped with my husband. We've ordered a Bronco for ourselves and our family, and we're waiting for it to be built, but a Bronco just delivered today, and it's finally like the full-size one that we've ordered, and we haven't seen it in person yet, or I haven't seen one in person, so my husband wanted to take me to the dealership to go see this fully sized Bronco so I could kind of get a good idea on how the kids would fit and how we would make a new baby fit, and just kind of check it out and make sure that I really like it in person. So we decided to do that right after dinner, and afterwards, just to make it more of a fun outing for the kids, we decided to go get ice cream. So this is the last week before school starts for our kids and for me. So we're trying to make it as fun little summery moments as we can. And so one of the ways we did that was getting ice cream today. So we just went to Dairy Queen and I got a small cone. I like to do the layered cones. They don't do swirl, so you get them stacked. And so this is a chocolate vanilla stack dipped in chocolate. I like to eat the chocolate off the outside and then eat the ice cream. If you ever eat dipped cones, tell me how you eat yours. And do you eat the chocolate off, or do you just bite it? How do you eat yours? Because I think this is hilarious. So many people eat it so differently. But yeah, we decided to go out for ice cream, and that was the last thing I ate this day. I wasn't feeling hungry after this. I was quite satisfied. And then the last thing that I ate, or consumed, I guess, was an apple cider. I like to make myself a tea or something cozy. If it's really hot, then I'll just usually bring up an ice water. I drink my water iced. That's the only way I like it. But since it's cooling down and it's finally cozy at night and the windows are open in the bedroom and the wind is blowing through, it's just so nice. So I've been really enjoying apple ciders lately. I just get these packets of apple cider from Costco, but my tea stash is immense, so it really just depends what I'm feeling. Tonight was an apple cider night, so I drank my apple cider while in bed, and I think I watch, oh yeah, I just catch up on vlogs sometimes. It depends. Sometimes I'll read, sometimes I'll watch a show, sometimes I'll watch one of my favorite cozy vloggers if they've uploaded something, and tonight I watched a YouTuber. So that is everything I ate today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you would like to hear a little bit more, then stick around and I will explain that to you. And we'll swap over to a video of me chatting with you guys about some points I want to hit, chatting about why I eat the way I eat and what exactly the Brewers diet is a little more in depth. And I kind of wanted to talk to you about just a few other things. For example, today was the first day of my cycle, and that definitely changes the pattern of my eating. So I wanted to mention these things because I think it's important to know these little details when you're watching these types of videos, because all of these things affect the way we eat and the way we could best be nourishing our bodies for optimal feeling good, especially during a time of the month. And now the reason I'm talking about this is because the majority, like 99.5% of my audience here, hello ladies, are women. Sorry, any guys watching who are like, but the vast majority, almost 100% of my audience is women. So I choose to talk about these topics sometimes because I think it is important for us to discuss openly. But anyway, I'm going to stop chatting right here and let's move on to me talking to you guys about some more details of this video. But if you're leaving me now, goodbye. Thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. But we're not gonna do an outro yet, so over to you, other rainbow. Hey you guys, welcome to the end of this video and how I look while I'm editing. Yay! I just wanted to touch on a couple of points that I had talked about in this video. They're gonna be quick, but I felt they were important to add to this conversation. If you have any questions about what the Brewer diet is, why somebody would do it for pregnancy, breastfeeding, or trying to conceive, go visit the links below. I usually have a section down there called products from the vlog in the description box. Just click that open and you'll see all of the links for those. I'll list quite a few so that if you would like to do some research on it, you can. But in a nutshell, it's just a very hormonal supportive, body supportive way of eating that is as close to the earth as possible, is pretty much the bulk of it. Think homestead life. If you could eat it on a homestead, then it's probably part of the Brewers diet. But again, it's not restrictive. You can go eat an ice cream cone like I did, or, it's just a general guideline. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about quickly is the importance of eating and honoring your body during different parts of your cycle for a woman. Supporting your body and your hormones are one of the most important things we can do as a woman, because with supported hormones and a supported system, our cycle functions better, it's healthier. Obviously there are a lot of different reasons why some women struggle with their cycles, but a huge thing that can help correct or alleviate symptoms or help some diagnosis is changing the diet and fueling your body in a way that is going to support you. Now, I'm not here to tell you what you should do to fuel your body and what you should do to support your own hormones. There's a lot of different information out there, and I encourage you to look at that if that is something that interests you. But since I had mentioned in this video that I was on cycle day 1, so I had just gotten my period this day, and that affects how I eat. That affects what my body craves, that affects what I know I need. And some of those things are iron, vitamin C, vitamin B12, and vitamin B6 in some anti-inflammatory foods, and supporting herbs are things that I lean towards and want to really make sure I'm focusing on during that phase of my cycle. And if you are interested in just nourishing your body a little deeper, those are maybe some vitamins that you might want to make sure that you are consuming in a whole foods manner during that phase of your cycle. And it helps alleviate symptoms. It just helps support your body. But I just want to mention that because I don't know how many other people are talking about this kind of thing on YouTube. So I just wanted to be a little bit informative, but again, I'm not a medical professional, so nothing I say in these videos is something you guys should just go out and do necessarily. Always do your own research, always trust your gut, and speak to your medical provider if that is something that you feel you need to do. But if I didn't answer any of your questions, or you have anything you want to add, or anything you'd like to ask me, or perhaps something you would like to see me dive deeper on in a future video, then please leave that in the comments below. But until next time, we're gonna end this video. I hope that was enough information for you. Again, if you want things about the Brewer diet, I will leave those in the description box below this video. It's something I've been using as a guideline for about 6 months, I would say, and it's wonderful. I can't speak enough good things about it. I'm really excited to use it for pregnancy, and it has fixed it's tweaked any little things in my cycle to make my cycle incredibly regular, and it's just super supportive of the body and hormones. So That's why I'm talking about it so much, because it is really, really great if it works for you. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!